Hello, this is Lacquerography, and this is my wish list for Hella Handmade Creations for August 2024. I've already gone ahead and made a preliminary wish list, and I've got 11 items right now that are catching my eye. Let's dive right in and take a look at those 11 items that are on my first impressions wish list. The first item up is a polish by Alchemy Lacquers, and this one is called Raspberry Tart. This one is listed as having a cap of only 200 bottles of these being made available. When it says that there's a cap on an item, it means that the maker is committed to making, in this case, 200 of these items before it's considered sold out. Alchemy Lacquers continues with the second nail lacquer in the series inspired by the dolls from Strawberry Shortcake. Raspberry Tart is a plum jelly nail lacquer packed with red to orange to gold shifting shimmer. This beautiful polish starts with a purple base and transforms magically to a deep red with every coat added. Now for me, it was purely the color here that caught my eye. I'm loving this plum raspberry look with this shift. I don't think that I have anything like this at all in my collection. I think it would be quite versatile for me as well in the fall and in the winter. I'm just loving the look of the base color and also these shifts. So this polish is by Alchemy Lacquers, Raspberry Tart. The next polish up is by Atomic Polish, and this one is called Terraforming Mars. Atomic Polish continues their board game series with a polish inspired by Terraforming Mars. Terraforming Mars has a smoky plum base with a red to pink color shift, and it says here that this one is opaque in 2 coats. Now, in contrast with the last polish, there is no availability cap listed for this polish. So what that means there is that this maker can create as many of these items as is needed to fulfill all orders this month. So much like the last item, I just think that this color is stunningly beautiful. I'm loving this smoky plum color. Smoky colors have really been appealing to me across the rainbow. It almost doesn't matter what color the base is. If it's got that smoky aspect, I'm falling in love with it pretty quickly. That probably has a little bit to do with the fact that we're gradually moving into fall in my part of the world. I am a Canadian, and fall does tend to set in pretty early, so I find that I'm kind of naturally drawn to colors like this right about now. I'm loving this shift that's happening in the polish as well. This one is another one that looks like it'll play differently in different lighting, and here it looks quite plummy. Here I find it almost has like a chocolatey look to it. And here it's appearing a little bit more purple and red to my eye. In every single swatch, I'm loving the look. And this one again was a pretty quick add to wish list when I saw this color. This one is by Atomic Polish, Terraforming Mars. Here in my wish list, there's an opportunity to see both the Atomic Polish and the Alchemy Lacquers side by side. And they really are quite different. I realize with both there is a plum type description that goes along with them, but they really are truly 2 different colors, and I think I would enjoy both. I don't know that I can pick a favorite here among the 2. If you have a favorite between these 2, the Atomic and the Alchemy, please feel free to leave me a comment. I'd love your input. You can help me out with this wish list. This next item up is a duo. These items are also each available independently, but I'm liking them as a duo. This duo is called the Empress and the Star. This one is listed as being a capped pre-order, and at this point it says that the cap is to be determined. That's something I'll have to investigate a little bit further as it nears the time for the shop to open on August the 14th at 12:01 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. With this duo, Baroness X continues their tarot card series. The Empress is a medium gray base with pink peach gold shimmer, and it's a sister to Matcha and London Fog Latte. The Star is a silver to blue and gold flake in a clear base with gold and silver reflective glitter and hollow. It can also be built up on its own. I am loving the combination here in this duo. I think this has a neutral quality to it, but it's such an interesting combo here, creating this very artistic, neutral look. Again, there's a smokiness here. It's a look that I've been loving lately. Also, I own both Matcha and London Fog Latte by Baroness X. I really don't own many Baroness X polishes, but I do own those two already. So I think it's a pretty safe bet that I will be enjoying this one as well. I think that the overall look of this duo is really unique and very versatile. I think I'd get use out of it right away this fall, but I think that I'll find that I'm drawn to something like this all seasons in the year. This beautiful duo is by Baroness X, the Empress, and the Star. This next item up is by Bee's Knees Lacquer, and it's called Gulper. Bee's Knees Lacquer continues their Fallout-inspired series. Gulper is a pinky coral lion cousin with pink to gold shimmer and a ton of hollow flakes. The fact that this one is a lion cousin polish, I love that family of polishes, and I own several of them. I think that with this polish, the pinky coral aspect to it, I think would be very versatile for me. I could see myself being drawn to a polish like this one as well, 4 seasons a year. I could also see it being reasonably work appropriate for me. I don't think it's too much of a stretch. It is pinky, it is quite sparkly, but I don't think it's an especially loud type of polish that wouldn't still look professional across most settings. I think this one would be a well-loved and well-worn polish in my collection if I picked it up. This one is by Bee's Knees Lacquer, Gulper. This next polish up is by Cuticula, and this one is called Aurora's Cake. Cuticula continues their Disney Dreamlight Valley series, and Aurora's Cake has a crelly base with turquoise green, blue large particle shifting shimmer, and rose gold metallic flakes. When I saw the swatch photos for this polish on the Hella Handmade Creations website, it kind of took my breath away. This one looks sparkly and interesting and magical. Now I can't see myself wearing this one as much in the fall, maybe in the very earliest days of fall, but I certainly can see myself wearing this polish in winter, spring, and summer. I'm loving the sparkle that this one has, the shift, the flakies, really everything about it. I don't have anything at all in my collection like this polish either. So this polish is by Cuticula, Aurora's Cake. This next polish is by Emily DeMolly, and it's called Procilla Beauty, and I hope I'm saying that correctly. Emily DeMolly continues their Butterflies and Moths series with a polish inspired by the Procilla Beauty. Procilla Beauty is a bright chartreuse green with a blue shimmer and dark blue flakes. Now at first there was only one photo available for this polish on the Hella Handmade Creations website. I am so glad that I waited a little bit and came back to see these incredible swatch photos that are now up. I have never seen anything like this polish. I'm loving this sort of trend lately that we've been having with these greens. In this case, it's a chartreuse green, so it's quite different than anything I have, but with this brilliant blue shimmer. These greens with the blue shimmer have been capturing my attention since my very first purchase of a green with a blue shimmer, which was the very popular release by Dreamland Lacquers called Shake Your Shamrock that came from Polish Pickup. This polish color is so fresh and intriguing to me. Fresh is really the best way I can describe it. I'm loving this one, and where it didn't catch my eye at first with only the single photo, now this one might be one of my front runners in my wish list this month. I can see myself being drawn to a polish like this one in the fall with that really interesting chartreuse green. It's a little bit haunting too. Perhaps even Halloween with that eerie glow. This one could be an interesting winter pick even. I'm not exactly sure about that, but for sure it's fresh and interesting for spring and for summer. This wildly unique polish has me wondering what else Emily DeMolly is going to come up with in this incredible series, the Butterflies and Moths series. I can't get over how cool this polish is. This one is by Emily DeMolly, Procilla Beauty. This next polish up is by Garden Path Lacquers, and it's called Not Enough Yellow, I think. Garden Path Lacquers begins a new series inspired by Bridgerton dresses, beginning with Penelope Featherington's emerald green Empire Waist dress when she debuts her season 3 glow up. Not Yellow Enough, I think, has a shifty green, blue, teal multichrome base and is accented with black holographic microglitter and holographic microflakes. I've been loving everything that Garden Path Lacquers has been releasing across the last year or so. I'm finding that Garden Path Lacquers has been reappearing in my wish list again and again, and I've been purchasing from them and loving their polishes. Green is one of my favorite colors in life. Again, I see this one as a very versatile polish in my collection if I end up purchasing this one. Now, interestingly enough, I've actually never seen Bridgerton. I've also never read the books. So for me, I don't really have a connection with this. It's kind of funny that I haven't watched Bridgerton or anything like that. I think it's a series that I'd probably really enjoy, but I actually don't have Netflix. So there you go. Bridgerton is definitely on my radar as something to check out if I end up getting access to either the show or the books. I'm really just loving the look of this one. Greens are always welcome in my collection, and this one seems to take on different looks in different lighting, and I'm liking every single swatch photo that I'm seeing. This polish is by Garden Path Lacquers, not enough yellow, I think. This next polish up is by Moonshine Manny, and this one is called A Court of Thorn and Roses. There is a cap on this one. There are only 200 of these polishes being made available this month. Moonshine Manny continues their Romantasy series with a polish inspired by A Court of Thorn and Roses. A Court of Thorn and Roses is a rose jelly packed with iridescent flakies shifting gold, green, blue, purple, pink, matte black flakes, and hollow flakes. So there's a lot happening in this polish. And for that reason, I'm not quite sure about this one. I know for sure that I have nothing like this. And for that reason, that's why I put this on my wish list immediately. I love the originality of this one, and I know that this would be a standout in my collection. I am wondering though, this one is a reddish polish, but it's described as a rose jelly. So it is quite a brilliant pink color, but red leaning. Reds are a newfound love of mine. And when I take a look at some of the reds that I'm adding to my wish list right now, I think that those plum reds are ones that I'd get a little bit more use of right now than perhaps a polish like this one. I could see myself wearing a polish like this one, I think, reasonably well throughout a lot of seasons. I don't know, I'll have to think about this one quite a bit. The other thing too is I've heard a lot of great things about A Court of Thorns and Roses, but I've actually never read it myself, so I don't have that connection here either. So this is a polish I'm going to have to think about. I think it is beautiful. I think it is very unique, and I love the fact that this one is a jelly, so you'd be able to see the plethora of components just showing right through, and I think it would be show-stopping. I'll have to see how this one compares with the other items on my wish list as it comes closer to August 14th when the shop opens. So this polish is by Moonshine Manny, A Court of Thorns and Roses. This next polish up is by Night Owl Lacquer, and it's called Stop Being a Boob Punch. Night Owl Lacquer continues their Bob's Burgers series. Stop Being a Boob Punch is a mauve crelly with multi-chrome flakes that shift aqua, blue, violet, magenta. This one was one of the first polishes that I added to my wish list. In fact, this is one of the ones that I saw on social media. I actually hadn't realized that wish listing had opened at this point for Hella Handmade Creations, and I saw this polish, and it had me going to the hellahandmadecreations.com website in order to wish list this polish right away. There's something so interesting about the combination of this base with those flakes. I really love it. I think that this polish for my lifestyle is quite interesting and also accessible and versatile, but yet it's a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying this one. Again, I have nothing like it in my collection. Quite a lot of show-stopping polishes this month I'm finding. High originality this month. So this one is quite high on my wish list as well. This polish is by Night Owl Lacquer, Stop Being a Boob Punch. This next polish up is by Red-Eyed Lacquer, and this one is called Sincerely Yours, The Breakfast Club. This one also is a capped polish with only 200 of these being made available this month. Red-Eyed Lacquer continues their iconic movie quote series with a polish inspired by The Breakfast Club. Sincerely Yours, The Breakfast Club is a dark, dusty, ultramarine crelly with red gold shifting shimmer. Now again here, there's that dustiness. I saw this dustiness right away, and right away I wish listed this polish. There's just something about that look right now that is absolutely drawing me in, no matter what the base color is. The fact that this one is a dark, dusty ultramarine color, that fascinates me because what I'm seeing so much here is that coppery looking shimmer. And I'm seeing this one as like the ultimate fall and winter polish, especially fall. As well, I love the inspiration for this one. I do finally have a connection to the inspiration here with the movie The Breakfast Club. I'm really not much of a movie watcher at all in my life, but this is a movie that I've come back to again and again. And there's still something that I find kind of fresh and today, contemporary about that movie. I don't know, I still find that there's a bit of an agelessness to it. I don't know if that's just me, but I've always found it a great movie. And now I kind of want to watch it again. This might be like the 6th or 7th time that I'm me seeing it, but it makes me want to watch it again. I love everything about this one. This one is by Red Eyed Lacquer. Sincerely yours, The Breakfast Club. This final item on my wish list is also by Red Eyed Lacquer, and this one is my only non-polish item this month. This one is their Tamesies hair oil in Does That Answer Your Question? This one is also a capped item with only 100 of these being made available this month. It's scented in Snickers coffee. Now this is a product that I've actually never tried before, but I'm heading into this time of year where adding a little bit of moisture to my hair would be beneficial. I've heard good things about this item through social media, and there's something about this scent that I think would really appeal to me, that sort of warm scent of a coffee and Snickers, like chocolatey, I don't know. It sounds, I'm a real coffee lover. So the fact that it has a little bit of a coffee scent, that cozy, warm kind of scent to me, that's really appealing. So I think this is actually a perfect time, both perfect time of year and also a perfect scent for me to be able to try this product out. I do have fairly fine hair. So the one thing that I'm worried about, and I'd love your input if you've ever tried this product before, is I would mainly focus on the ends of my hair, I think, for this product, just so I don't weigh my hair down too much when I already have fine hair. But if something happens that this doesn't work so well with my type of hair being quite fine, but also reasonably dry, with ingredients in here like jojoba oil and kukui nut oil, if I said that right, argan oil, coconut oil, grapeseed oil, sweet almond oil, and skin-safe fragrance, I do kind of wonder if it doesn't work so well for my hair type. Perhaps it would work really well just as a substitute for cuticle oil as well. It seems like there's really great ingredients in here, and I think that it's just a really great, safe, and wonderful time for me to try this product out. If you have tried this product out, though, I'd love your feedback in the comments. Help me out a little bit when it comes to making that decision about whether to purchase this one or not for my fine, dry, but also long hair. This item is by Red Eyed Lacquer, Tamesies hair oil in Does That Answer Your Question? So that's it for my wish list for August 2024's Hella Handmade Creations. The shop opens this month on August the 14th at 12:01 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and it closes on August 21st at 11:59 p.m. Hawaiian Time. Now, that opening time on August the 14th at 12:01 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time is quite an important one if, first of all, you're like me and you might have some items on your wish list with reasonably small availability caps, but also it's important to note that opening time of 12:01 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time if you're interested in picking up some of the items from the overstock section. Now, I should point out that recently, Hella Handmade Creations has updated the way they approach their overstock. What they've done is they've created 2 separate listings for their overstock items. Where it says upcoming overstock from April 2024, these ones are first releases of these overstock items. In some cases, there are very few items available that were left over from the April 2024 shop. Sometimes it's like 5 items or less, and I have missed out on items before, even being there when the shop has opened right at 12:01 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So that's just something to keep in mind if you're looking to shop from the overstock items. The ones that are new releases for the overstock, in this case, the ones that were originally available back in April 2024, these ones will come available just when the shop opens on August the 14th at 12:01 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. You'll notice that currently on the website, they're listed as unavailable and they won't become available until the shop officially opens with the new releases for the month. The second category of overstock we have here is called past overstock. These are items that were released perhaps last month or even earlier where there still are items available. Once overstock items get listed, they tend to remain on the website until they sell out, or perhaps until they get taken off the website altogether. What you'll notice here is that these past overstock items are currently available. So if you happen to notice anything, and there's 63 items here that are currently available, you can actually purchase these right now. And you don't have to wait until the official shop opening this month, which is on August the 14th at 12:01 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So if any of these 63 items catch your eye right away, I'd suggest just go right ahead and purchase them now so you don't miss out. So that's it for my wish list this month for Hella Handmade Creations. I'm wondering, are you planning on shopping this month? What items are catching your eye? Please feel free to add all your comments down below. Also, if you have any input about a couple of my items that look quite similar to each other, there were those two plum polishes, the alchemy lacquers, and also the atomic polish. If you had a favorite between the two, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Also, any experience with those brands. I've experienced both, but I love both. So I really don't know what to do in that respect. Also, if you have any experience with the Tamesies hair oil, I'd love to know your thoughts and experience with that product, just so I can be sure that that's a product that would match up with my hair quality, being long, fairly fine, but also dry. So there's a lot we can talk about. Please feel free to add all your comments and we can continue on the conversation long after. Do you enjoy wishlist videos? In particular, Hella Handmade Creations wishlist videos? If you do, please consider giving this video a like. It indicates to me that you enjoy content like this and that moving forward, I'll try my best to produce content like this, being Hella Handmade Creations wishlist, moving forward. Also, if you enjoy nail-related content in general, please consider subscribing. I try to release nail-related content as often as I possibly can, and by subscribing, you won't miss out on any of the fun. Thank you so much for joining me this month. Happy shopping. Hopefully I'll see you again in the next one. Take care. Bye.